High hopes. I had high hopes. Hey, everybody. We are going to be talking about a certain Star Wars show today. Well, here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.
Good morning, everybody. It is your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land.
Welcome to Two Geeks and a Microphone. And boy, this is going to be a fun show, actually, today. We're actually going to have a really good time today. So we're going to talk about Star Wars, The Acolyte, the first 4 episodes. We thought, we'll just give it a couple of episodes to get into it and then go, holy guacamole, Batman. Have we got all kinds of stuff to talk about? So
just a fair disclaimer. I only watched 3 episodes, so just saying. I didn't even make it to the 4th, but we can get into that.
It's all right. You didn't miss much in the. You didn't miss much in it. I'm just saying.
From what I hear, I didn't miss anything at all. But anyway,
we will get into that. So, and I will. Yes, and I can't wait till we talk about what scale we want to use because I'm curious what your thoughts are because I already have a score.
I hadn't even. Wow. I hadn't even thought of a scale yet, but we'll come up with something.
That's right.
How was your Father's Day, by the way? So we took last week off, and
did you guys went camping, right?
Yeah, we went camping. Yeah. So my camper was still in Carlisle, which is where we camp most of the time at Carlisle Lake in Illinois.
Yeah. Great pics, by the way.
Thank you. Oh, beautiful sunset. It was gorgeous. In fact, where we were at for our campsite, we couldn't see it really well, and the camp was pretty full that night. And I looked at Brendan and I says, "Wait a minute, I got an idea. Let's hop in the car real quick." And so we hopped in the car and we drove over to the beach area. And then there's this nice little picnic spot. It's only got a couple picnic tables, right? And it's kind of like in this enclosed wooded area, but then there's enough that opens up to the lake, and you just got that. That was the picture I sent, and it was just this beautiful, gorgeous view of the lake, and the sunset. And there were a few other people that were there, and I felt like the what's the commercial? What's the insurance commercial with Flo? Progressive. I felt like Progressive insurance commercial where the guy's like, "Oh, I'm at this majestic lake and blah blah blah, and you better hurry up before everyone else gets here." And then there's like this line of people behind him. It almost felt like that. It was like the beginning of the Progressive commercial.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. And we did try to watch the UFL championship game on my projector on the side of the camper. I mean, it sort of worked, but it was they started the game at 4 p.m., so it was still
pretty light outside.
Yeah. Roger showed up and he brought some of his canopy and the sides for the canopy, and we tried putting that up, and it helped a little bit. We could kind of see the game, so we listened to most of it, but it didn't matter. My beloved Battlehawks weren't in it anyway. So how was your Father's Day?
It was good. Nice even keel kind of day, and just kind of hung out and just took it easy. So it was actually pretty nice. So
nice.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what my geekdar is.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll explain to the geekdar. So yes, I'll explain more about my
Father's Day. Your geekdar ties into Father's Day. Okay.
It does. Yes.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we ready to move on to?
Let's do that. Boy, we got an action-packed, jam-packed show today. Let's do it.
So let's head on to the geeky news, shall we?
Good morning, bro.
Sorry, apparently Brian was in the chat.
Good morning, Brian. Brian from Three Geeky Dads. Check out their show.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind on their show. I was messaging Brian yesterday. Yesterday I listened to their Escape Pod episode, which is where one of the hosts do a show with a special guest. You know, not the entire Three Geeky Dads, so on and so forth. And Brian was doing an episode with his daughter, Quinn. And I think Quinn's like 13. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brian. Quinn did a great job. I just want to say she did a fantastic job. And they covered the movie Lisa Frankenstein, which I had never really heard of, although Megan says I did.
Heard of it myself.
Because I want to watch it.
Okay. Anyway. All right. So let's move on to the geeky news. First thing for geeky news, I have that Julia Louis-Dreyfus has confirmed that the Thunderbolts has finished filming. Okay. Finished rapping. Anyway, Marvel fans will. I can't rap. Marvel fans will soon meet a new super team that's less Avengers and more Suicide Squad. This next year, instead of iconic heroes such as Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, or Hulk, the Thunderbolts features a team comprised primarily of super soldiers. The character bringing the Thunderbolts together is Valentina Allegra De Fontaine. Boy, could they give her a longer name, possibly? Played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, of course.
That's why they just call her Val, I think, right?
Yeah, well, I would hope so. I mean, who's going to run around going Valentina Allegra De Fonte? I mean, first of all, it
hello, my name is Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. You killed my father.
Prepare to die. The six-fingered man. Anyway, she's popped up in various Marvel projects over the years, but she should have a bigger role in the Thunderbolts. She'll kind of like be their Nick Fury.
Yeah, you knew that was coming, kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah. So, and they go on to say who's going to star in it. So here we get a nice little kind of a drawing of the characters of the show. So the Thunderbolts will feature an ensemble returning MCU stars, including Florence Pug. I don't know how you say her name.
I think it's Pug, but I don't know.
Okay.
We want to be respectful. So if we mispronounce
right, I'm not trying to make fun of her name. I just don't. I just don't know how to say it. And her character is Yelena Belova. She's Black Widow's sister, and now she's the
White
new
Widow. Now she's Black Widow. Is that how that goes?
Widow.
Yelena?
Yeah, Yelena. I liked her character actually.
I did. Yeah,
she was a fun character. I thought.
So they're all super soldiers. I guess I didn't realize.
Yeah, all of them are super soldiers.
Look at
that. So then, we got
Ant-Man. The girl from
what?
Ant-Man? Is that the girl from the one from Ant-Man? The one next to Captain Russia?
I don't know if she's from Ant-Man or not. So we have Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier. We got, which is played by Sebastian Stan.
Ghost,
Wyatt Russell as John Walker, U.S. agent, also known as Dollar Store Captain America.
You're so funny.
I didn't care for him. I just didn't like him. I don't know. Anyway, I think he looks weird, but whatever. Anyway, John Kamen as Ava Starr, Ghost. Ava Starr. That must be the one you're talking about.
John Kamen. Yeah, Hannah John Kamen as Ava Starr.
Yeah, Hannah. I'm sorry, I skipped.
Who I think is the one that was from
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that. Where am I at? David Harbour is Alexei. I cannot pronounce that.
Red Guardian. Yeah.
Red Guardian. Which he was great. He was fantastic. Loved him. Olga
Kurilenko.
Thank you. As Taskmaster. I hated Taskmaster. I'm sorry. And then of course we got Julie Louis-Dreyfus as Val. I'm not going to say her name again. So
of course, Brian jumped in. Don't call me Val.
Okay, Brian, I won't call you Val, but I'm going to call her Val.
I think she said that, so I can't remember.
Did she say that in the
So
movie?
I can't remember though.
I can't.
It's so rememberable.
That's funny. All right. Then moving on to more important news. All right. We have been reporting about this since we started the podcast. This is the one project that Steven has said, it's not going to happen.
Yep.
So I just have to bring this up. New Batman arrives, and Hamish Linklater. Why do we have all these names that I have so much problems with?
It's that kind of a day.
Can't we just have normal names, Anyway, I have the same issue with the Bible too, by the way. Anyhow, anyway, he's to play the Dark Knight on Prime Video's Batman Cape Crusader, and we can hear his voice now. So, new Batman is here. A new Batman is here to save Gotham City. Amazon Prime Video has released a cast announcement teaser for its upcoming animated series, Batman and the Cape Crusader. And with it comes confirmation that Hamish Linklater, quit moving my screen, will be voicing the Dark Knight. The teaser also includes the first listen at the actors' voices as Batman. Linklater, best known for leading television series like Netflix Midnight Mass, I never heard of it, joins actors.
I've watched it. It's actually pretty decent.
Is it? Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should check it out before I watch, Batman. Anyway, he joins actors such as the late great Kevin Conroy, who is Batman or was Batman, in voicing Batman on television. Now, I'm not going to read through the cast because we're going to let him read it himself. Now, I listened to this a little bit ago before you got on, Stephen. I want to know what you think of his voice. So here we go.
Okay. Ta-da! It's at the end. You forgot to rewind.
All right, let's start this over, shall we?
We shall. Do 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 do.
See, this is what I get for watching it beforehand.
Well, we're trying to stream and watch video at the same time. It may not work.
Well, shoot. Oh, there we go. Continue reading. All right.
In Gotham, a mask can hold the power to hide who you are or create who you are. But the time has come to shed our masks and unveil the heroes and villains of Batman, Caped Crusader. McKenna Grace, Toby Stevens, Reed Scott, Dan Donahue, Gary Anthony Williams, Jason Watkins, John DiMaggio, Crystal Joy Brown, Michelle Bonilla, Eric Morgan Stewart, Tom Kenny, Minnie Driver, Diedrich Bader, Jamie Chung, Christina Ricci, and I'm Hamish Linklater. I am Batman.
And there it is, the new Batman.
Hockey pants.
Well, okay, so when I was first listening to it, before they showed him on screen, my first reaction is this AI?
Right.
I don't know.
I wondered as it was going through, yeah.
It sounded broken up and robotic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I'm hoping that, they do a little audio magic and make it
Yeah,
better.
I figure it's just the announcement. They won't put that much effort into the announcement, kind of a thing.
Sure.
Yeah,
but I don't think
he
sounds terrible.
No, it's not as. I think there's something to be saying as deep. There's a deepness that's missing for me. Yes. But I'll still give it a shot. I'll reserve judgment till we see the actual first episode.
Yeah, we're gonna have to let go, unfortunately, of Kevin Conroy because he's not coming back, and we're just gonna have to let other actors played out, and
Yep.
hopefully eventually we get somebody that we love as much as Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this guy's going to be it yet, but
yeah,
we'll
as long as there's someone who cares about the material, who cares about the legacy of it all, anyone who's giving it their all, not someone who's just going to phone it in kind of a thing. That's really what I want. And someone who cares about being a part of it. So,
and I forgot to include, so it's going to premiere August 1st on Amazon Prime. Steven, it's happening. It really is happening.
It's happening.
And they are going to release, you're going to love this, they're going to release all 10 episodes at once.
That's awesome. They should.
So it won't be a week by week thing.
That's good.
I have mixed feelings. I mean, to me, especially with the Batman, animated, I kind of want it week by week, because.
Well, you can watch it week by week. I won't. You can make that choice.
But then if I don't, then I have to hear from people who have watched it already. And yes,
right.
It creates a dilemma for those who want that experience of weekly versus the ones who want it dropped all at once.
Agreed.
And anyway, but I wanted to just include that because I knew you'd love that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm a Batman fan.
And we'll probably do an episode on it most likely. So
yeah, that'll be good.
We'll see what happens. I mean, we've only been reporting on it, I think, since our first podcast. So
that is correct.
I think we have to cover it. All right. Yep. You ready for some Geekdar?
I'm going to save my Geekdar for the end. If you've got yours, we can do.
Well, I have no Geekdar. I have no Geekdar.
It more ties into the end of the show. So everybody hang on, because I'll explain more at the end. There's a whole thing to it. So anyway, yeah.
So let's go to the main event. Jump into the main event then is what you tell me.
It'll make more sense later. I promise.
All right. Sounds good. All right, main event.
It's time for the main event. Star Wars. We really thought this was gonna be Star Wars, but we are not for sure anymore. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Two Geeks and Microphones take on the Acolyte. I have to give kudos to some of jokes that we may start laughing about comes from a new YouTuber. Well, not new YouTuber, new to me, but Call Me Chato.
To me too.
Call Me Chato has been cracking me up. He was an ex-TV executive from the 90s or something like that. And he has a wonderful take on things, on different shows and stuff. But man, he has been hysterical, absolutely hysterical with the Acolyte. And
yeah, I got to thank you for introducing me to it, because it's been fun, and I've watched a couple of his other breakdowns too, and yeah, I've enjoyed them just as much as the Acolyte. So
yeah,
I should clarify, I've enjoyed his take on the Acolyte.
Right.
Because I have a little prop and a suggestion for anyone who has not started the Acolyte and wants to start it. My suggestion is get a bottle of tequila, because you're gonna need the whole thing.
That looks good.
This is El Padrino. It's partially green because it's got all the lime and stuff. But this is El Padrino. Great price on this at Total Wine and More liquor store. It's $25 a bottle, and it's a fabulous tequila, by the way. Great thing to drink while you're watching that
watching the Acolyte
train wreck of a show. Yeah, I would highly recommend getting maybe a bigger bottle than this, because I'm telling you, you're gonna need it badly.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. Well, let's start talking to everybody. So we're going to do the first 4 episodes. We're going to give our
my dog's trying to eat my tequila bottle.
He's going to have a drunk dog here, everybody. It's going to be funny. So how do we want to do this? I mean, we could give our overview. I mean, but realistically, I think everybody already knows. There's tons of YouTube stuff all over the place about Acolyte.
Right.
And we thought, we'll just do a mid-season review just because, they'll have more to talk about. Holy cow, has there been a lot to talk about? People have been talking about it. But I think I want to focus on what we like, what we don't like, those kinds of things. And
I did make some notes for episode 1. So
okay.
If you'll let me go through those notes, they're not
Absolutely.
a whole lot. So my first note is Jedi Trinity could have been an interesting character had she not been taken out by an inferior Force user. I'm sorry, that was just horrible. Now
Right.
I know there's theories that she's not actually dead and that she might actually be Smilo Ren, which, by the way, I love Smilo Ren.
Smilo Ren. I like that name. Yeah.
That's a great name. Okay. My next note, knives in Star Wars is just way too real world and lazy. I don't like it. Just regular knife blades.
Really?
Yes. I hate it. I hate it.
I took it as part of all the just, hand-to-hand combat fighting and stuff like that. It didn't bother me. But you're right. We haven't really seen knives.
No, not in 40 years.
Good point. I didn't think about
There's
that.
plenty of other Star Wars weapons that you could use, I mean, we've had vibro blades in Legends. Why couldn't we have vibro blades? Why are we having just standard real world knives? I'm sorry. I think it's boring. It's lazy. Come on. You can do better. Let's see. Where did this crazy rule from a Jedi doesn't draw a sword without the intention of killing? Yeah, I'm going to call bullshit on this.
Yeah.
Really? So, hey, Leslie Headband, have you ever even watched Star Wars? I'm sorry. I have real issues with this. Okay. I've seen criticism about now this one I'm going to defend. I'm going to actually defend the Acolyte just a little bit. I've seen some criticism on fire in space when they're repairing the ship. It's a stupid criticism. We've had fire in space in Star Wars for 40 years. It started with the destruction of the Death Star. Okay, I defend you on that one. I defend you because it's already established within the Star Wars universe that we have fire in space. We have sound in space. These things, you can walk without gravity in space, okay? Or at least in the ships. These are established rules within the universe. Get over it, fans. Come on. You're being stupid here. Give some good criticism, not idiotic criticism, okay? All right. I liked having the Nemodians. Nemodians. I thought it was cool to have them back. Nice callback to episode 1. Of course, they took away the accents that George gave the Nemodians because, everyone claimed that he was racist or whatever crap. But it was nice that the characters were back. I like that. All right. This is another criticism back on Leslie Headband. Jedi's using the Force to open doors in Star Wars is stupid. It reminds me of me walking through the grocery store and me opening the doors with the Force. Now, I'm sorry, Han Solo. The doors open for Han. He doesn't need the Force because that's the way the doors work in Star Wars.
Right.
I don't think you've watched anything of Star Wars in the last 40 years except for seeing that logo. That's
right.
This drives me crazy. Most of the characters look like they are cosplay. They don't look genuine. They look like anything I would see if I went to.
Let me clarify. I'm going to clarify with you here for a second. Okay. As basic cosplay, because I've seen cosplay that's phenomenal.
Okay, yeah, right, yes.
Just basic cosplay.
You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Oh, is that recorded? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
It is recorded, by the way. You can go back and listen to it until I delete this episode,
Right.
which I can do if I want. No, I won't do that. Anyway, and this will be my last comment. We get the worst Transformer ever in episode 1. A droid changes into a chair. Just the worst Transformer I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, oh gosh. But I will give it this. I guess it's better than a rock. So, because we had a rock in the High Republic, and this is the High Republic. And I had no hopes of this show when I heard it tied into the High Republic. And yeah, I'm glad I had no hopes because, yeah, it's terrible. It's just horrible. This is a terrible show. This is the worst piece of Star Wars feces I've ever watched.
Whoa. Okay. That was just the first episode.
Yeah, that was just the first episode.
Yeah. Wow.
I didn't bother with notes on 2 and 3.
Right. Here's my positives. I love the Force Foo. I love it.
Okay.
I want more of it. We've got 4 episodes and we really only have 2 fights of Force Foo. I'm
gonna come back with Rogue One had better Force Foo, but I'll give you.
Oh yeah, I'm one with the Force and the Force with me. Donnie Yen. Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. But see,
incredible.
That was the one thing I really enjoyed about Rogue One was Donnie Yen's. I love Donnie Yen's character. Actually, I have a bobblehead somewhere.
Oh, do you really? Cool.
Here's my bobblehead.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
And
I love
because
it.
he was my favorite character.
Oh, you need a stand for him.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him. So I don't know. I did have a stand for him, but I just don't know what I did with it. So anyway,
Megan, what's the company that makes the stands for their floating stands? You use command strips to put them up.
Superhero DIY.
Yeah, Superhero DIY. Go check out their website and
Superhero DIY. That's good because I got this
DIY.
Do it yourself.
DIY. Do it yourself.
Oh, not DIY, which is do yourself in. Okay. So, well, I got my wall. So I found all my Disney Infinity Star Wars figures, and because we're doing a garage sale kind of a thing, I was like, oh, and I don't want to put those in the garage sale. I thought I should put these up. So I definitely check that out. Okay. So I love Force Foo. So Force Foo, my first experience was in Rogue One, and I loved it, absolutely loved it, and wanted more of it. And so I was
it could be argued that Darth Maul first introduced it, though, because he was
fair enough.
Ray Park is a phenomenal martial artist.
Yes,
and he brought in some of those moves in episode 1. So
agreed.
But I don't think it was official Force Foo either. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if this is officially Force Foo, but it's just I heard the guys at Rebel Force Radio call it Force Foo, so I just kept it. So I really like that. That's my favorite part of the show. I want more of it, but we're 4 episodes in. We'll only have 2 little fights, kind of a thing. Now, I was very excited to see Jedi Trinity, as you said, with Carrie-Anne Moss as this, supposedly Jedi Master, who was pretty disappointed that Jedi Master, they're supposed to be keepers of peace, but she sat there and watched all those people in the bar get beat up before she actually, came in. I mean, she
did something.
Yeah, just it goes back to the dialogue is horrific. There's a lot of just people talking to do exposition kind of stuff. There's it's really bad when the one girl comes in, uses the Force to open the door and then talks to Soul, who I do like his character, Soul's character. But it was like, hello, my old friend. I mean, it's just like we've been friends a long time or something like that. I was like, this is really bad. And it really hasn't been any better. I mean, there's all these weird moments. There's not consistencies. I mean, it just character motivations are off. The way they all of a sudden it's, I'll go find my sister, and now well, we found my sister. Okay, see you later. I mean, there's just weird inconsistencies. Oh, that's part of episode 4. Sorry. And so she was going to go do her thing. I'm not going to be a Jedi, blah, 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 and stuff like that. But you come help us. And then even in episode 4, there's this whole thing of after 16, 17 years of harboring this vengeance and learning under this Sith master, supposedly Sith, who knows? Of course, we'll get to Ki-Adi-Mundi. Sith haven't been around for a millennia.
Okay, wait a minute. You say supposed Sith. Okay, let's break down Smilo Ren for a moment. Okay, he is 1 in all black. He is 2 wearing some kind of face covering his face. Right. 3
zipper mouth.
Yeah, zipper mouth. Zipper mouth and Smilo Ren. Smilo Ren is my favorite. I don't remember which podcast I heard that on, but I'm running with it. I love it. Smilo Ren. And he has a red lightsaber. He's a Sith. Come on, he's a Sith. Stop. Let's just stop with
Agreed. That. I was saving that one for later, but yes, you were correct.
Okay.
Right. Yes, that was my.
Well, I hate it when everyone's like, "Well, we don't know that he's a Sith." Oh, come on.
Yeah,
all the characteristics are there.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. So, see, now, it threw me off track.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think now. Anyway, just the storytelling is really bad. The dialogue's really bad. The inconsistency within the story itself is really bad. I was going to ask your clarification on the Wookiee Jedi. Wasn't there a thing where they're like, no Wookiees could be Jedi or something like that?
No, that is not true. In fact, we had a Wookiee Jedi in the old expanded universe, actually.
Oh, okay.
The Wookiee Jedi doesn't bother me so much. I mean,
it doesn't bother me either. I just thought of her.
Sometimes I kind of agree with Jason from RFR Rebel Force Radio, because Jason's like, I just don't feel that Wookiees have the I don't want to say intelligence, but I don't know, just
the gravitas.
Yeah, they don't have the gravitas, I guess, to be a Jedi per se. Even though, yes, it has been canon in the past that we've had Wookiee Jedis. Mm-hmm. It's just not always my favorite thing, and I kind of lean on Jason's side on that. But it doesn't disappoint me. Okay, all right, it's fair. It's been there. I'm okay with it.
My issue was in episode 4. I was like, cool, we're gonna see a Wookiee Jedi. We're gonna, I was like, all right on, cool. No, you don't. All of a sudden, you come in, you see a lightsaber slash.
Hey, wait, you been drinking my tequila, man? What you got in your drink there, dude?
I know, right? Actually, everybody, I have glitch energy, and I am pretty excited because we are now we got a sponsorship or affiliate sponsorship with them, and we are enjoying our glitch energy. So they've got all kinds of flavors to choose from. I'm drinking Nerdies. You can get a little sampler cup or a cup with a sampler packs with 5 different flavors, and I've been testing them, and I love every single one of them. Thus, I was like, you know what? This will help get me off soda. So,
oh man, it's delicious too. And I don't like energy drinks, and there hasn't been one flavor yet that I have not enjoyed.
Same here.
I'm drinking the Maui Punch right now, which
that's a good one.
Tyler, who we had on our last episode, he did the Fallout episode with us, and Tyler is the one who introduced us to Glitch, because they're also a sponsor of his wife's stream, Contagious Punk. So I just want to throw out a shout out to them too. But he turned us on, and he said that Maui Punch was his favorite. Now I've also tried Smurf Juice, and I gotta say, man, when I was a kid and I watched the Smurfs, I always hated Gargamel because he hunted down the Smurfs to try and cook them and everything. Man, I agree with Gargamel. Smurfs are freaking delicious.
The Smurf juice is good.
Oh my gosh, it's good. That's good stuff, man.
Yep. Now this is the one you told me I should really try too. It's the Foxy Lemonade.
Foxy Lemonade. I think Megan's got that one right now.
That's a good one.
It's kind of pinkish color.
Yeah.
It's hard to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Maui Punch kind of matches my glow in the dark cup.
Yeah. Maui Punch. Limit Test, which is berries. That's a
that one's good.
They're all good. Maui Punch. I think that's all of them. Nerdies. I'm drinking Nerdies right now, which is good. It's like the Nerdies candies, nerds kind of a thing.
Yes.
So, but I also ordered Karen Tears, which is sour. Which is sour grape. I love grape. And then the other one, I got the rehydration drink. So they don't have just energy drinks; they have rehydration drinks, and those are I got the cherry limeade. I love trying cherry limeades.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. But hey, everybody, if you go to glitchenergy.com and if you put in the code 2geeks, you get 10% off your order. So, which is pretty cool. Sometimes they'll have other deals, like your first order, I think if you do is 15% off. So you can use that one for a first timer. And then anytime you go back for more, please use ours code as well. Okay. Sorry. I got, it went a little crazy. Okay. Hunter stated this about the show. He said it went woke. I'm curious what you mean by woke. Because I've heard different people say different things about what their concern is about woke. But I will say this, it's just weird. I mean, and this is the part I was going to talk about. I'm leading into kind of at the end. I'll still tell you what my geekdar is, but here's the deal. I canceled my Hulu and Disney Plus subscriptions.
Oh, wow.
I was so upset about this. This whole show has upset me so much. I'm like, the only reason I have Disney Plus is for Star Wars. And I have not been really all that engaged with anything else on Disney Plus, just because it's just not, there hasn't been anything good that's been like, yeah, I want to pay for the subscription service. And once we got into Acolyte, with each episode, it gets progressively worse. I'm shocked. I thought, oh, you can't get much. Yeah, there's nowhere else to go but up from here. They find ways to keep digging a hole to China because it's just terrible. It's terrible.
Can I mention
the last episode wasted my time, and that's what aggravated me.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about the fourth episode because I couldn't even get to it. I finished the third and I said, I'm done with this series. I can't watch it.
I can tell you exactly all you need to know. The guy, you can watch the last 5 minutes before the credits. Actually, watch the credits. They're more engaging.
I'll just watch Chato. He gives a good breakdown.
Chato does a great recap. Just watch his stuff. And it's funny. It's funnier. His show is more engaging and entertaining than the actual show.
I agree. I wanted to bring up one character though. We have that one Jedi. What was the one Jedi's name? Who was he was like meditating, or I don't even know now. The guy with the beard. The
second guy that got killed, got poisoned.
Yes, the one that got poisoned. That one. What is his name? Haldo? Is it Haldo? No, that's not it. Anyway, that guy.
Bubble Boy.
Call him what?
Bubble Boy.
The way you said the poison thing made me think of Emperor's New Groove.
The version of
the
what?
Poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
What?
It's one of the best Disney movies ever.
Okay.
Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, Emperor's New Groove.
Okay.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Well, when I think of the poison, I think of more Princess Bride.
Yeah,
Wait,
but it was the way he said it.
You think that I think that I... That would have been more entertaining if we would have had something like that happen in that scene, by the way.
Right.
But Yeah, when I saw him, all I could think of. So there was this show in the 80s that I absolutely hated. It was all puppets. And then in the 90s, it came back as a movie. And it was Team America.
Oh,
And all these puppets. I always thought it was stupid.
marionettes. They were not puppets.
Marionettes.
They were
Okay.
marionettes.
Whatever.
Just kidding.
Whatever. They were just dumb. I hated it. And when I see him, he looks like one of those stupid marionettes.
That's funny.
That's what I think he is. I
He
think
does
he's one
have-
of those marionettes.
Yeah, interesting. That's
And as
funny.
much as I hated that show, it would have made it better if he would have been one of them.
Yeah, the way the story is running in conjunction with him and this whole thing with the Jedi is it's blurring the lines between for the Jedi good and evil kind of a thing. And
Yes.
and I don't like that at all. Good is good, bad is bad, And this whole thing well, you guys have
Well,
heard me
now-
on this show countless times. I want my good guys to be good, my bad guys to be bad. Go ahead.
Right. But you've also advocated for gray Jedi in the past.
I have.
But I don't want the Jedi Order, the entire order, to be gray.
Mm-hmm.
I agree that Jedis have made mistakes, and they pointed that all out in the prequels. There have been mistakes made by the Jedi, by the Jedi Council. You call it a religion, call it whatever you will. But I still think, as a whole, the Jedi are good, and they should be good.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it's leaning, the Jedi are just terrible. They're a horrible organization. They're
Mhm.
evil, and I don't like it. I
Mhm.
don't like where
Agreed.
they're going with it.
Yeah, and if they're trying to do a mystery box off of it, they're doing it poorly. It's poor writing. It's one of those things. The way this, even with this last episode 4, I mean, the Lord of the Rings journey episodes in those movies was more engaging, entertaining than what they did here. It was terrible. They spent the whole episode going from one place to a place, walking from one port to try to find where the Wookiee is. Don't you already know where he is? Why don't you just land near him? It was just, it didn't make, none of it made sense. It's not consistent. It's not good storytelling. And the whole thing of the Jedi is, they're all in seclusion or something because something happened. What did they do? Well, you need to do all the episodes at once because it's not like each episode. You remember, I loved the A-Team when I was a kid. Loved the A-Team.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun. I loved it.
dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun. Right, because you had each episode was its own encapsulated story, but yet it was part of a bigger arc. And that was kind of in that time frame in the 80s, 90s, it was kind of the beginning of where they were doing that. Now today TV is like, it's all one big arc that happens to have little stories here and there, rather than just, this one, it's all one big arc. But you got to remember, you're only giving me 20 to 40 minutes of an episode. Like this episode was only like 22 minutes before you hit the commercial or hit the credits. And so it was like, you're not giving me a full-fledged story in each episode. So I don't know where we're going or what we're doing. And you're leaving me going,
Sure.
Why do I care? And it's been really frustrating. I'm trying to be good. But
I know. I'm not saying that I want Star Wars to fail. I don't want Star Wars to fail. I really don't. I would like Star Wars to succeed. And I want it to be the Star Wars, I was excited about as a kid, I'm even going back and rewatching Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Obi-Wan Kenobi had its problems, but it's still a better series.
I enjoyed Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I did too. My two issues with Obi-Wan Kenobi, I didn't care for the Reva character. I thought she didn't really make sense to fit in.
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't
Weird.
like that Obi-Wan has this adventure with Leia, but then you have this fantastic actress who's playing Leia, and she's just incredible. I mean, she is the spirit of Carrie Fisher
She did a
in
great
what
job.
an 8-year-old kid or 7-year-old kid, however
Right.
old she is. You know,
Mhm.
she's just engulfed the spirit of Carrie Fisher, and I think that's what makes that show actually entertaining, fun, engaging.
Mhm.
There is nothing entertaining, fun, or engaging about the Acolyte. Not one thing.
Mm-mm.
And it's not that I wanted to hate it. I didn't want to hate it. I didn't like the fact that it was coming from the High Republic, and I have not heard anything good about the High Republic. I'm sorry, I just haven't heard anything good about it. So that already gave it strikes for me. But I'm like, all right, I'm going to give this a chance. And
Mhm.
I watched that first episode, and I'm like, this is rough. This is really
Yeah.
rough. And then I watched the second one, and I'm going, this is worse.
Right.
And then I watched the third, and I said, I'm done. I just can't watch anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never done that to any Star Wars. Never.
I've never
This
done
is
that
the first
either.
one.
Yeah.
So,
Well, real quick, Hunter brings up that the show costs $180 million, which is $22.5 million per episode, which each episode costs twice as much as Godzilla -1 has been the comparison that I've been hearing.
yeah, well, they didn't spend it in clothing, that's for sure. In costumes.
I'm shocked, absolutely shocked that $180 million for what we're getting. I'm
Okay,
thinking,
now
give me perspective. Suck it to me.
okay. 180 million, and everything looks like it's, completely and totally green screen. Now, Mandalorian was filmed in the volume, and the volume was groundbreaking. It was incredible. And so, yes, it's technically green screen or blue screen or whichever color screen they use. I don't remember. But the volume looks incredible, and it looks like you're actually at those sites.
Mm-hmm.
This does not. They
Right.
could not have used the volume for this. So I don't know what in the heck they spent that money on, because it looks crappy. The ships don't look good. They look like, I don't know, bad 80s sci-fi television series. They don't look Star Wars. They just do not look good enough to be Star Wars. So
Right. Yeah.
I cannot. Godzilla is a far superior film.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just shocked.
And I'm not laughing at Godzilla. It's an incredible film. It really
it's
is.
great. It's on Netflix, everybody, too, by the way.
Godzilla -1. I'm
Godzilla -1. Yes.
Godzilla X Kong is fun. That's a fun movie, and it's good. Not great, but good.
It's a fun movie. What's the whole point of movies? You're meant to be fun and engaging and your escapism kind of a thing.
Godzilla -1, incredible movie.
It's a great movie. And for the cost that it is. I mean, they were able to do all that. Now I get it with sets and stuff like that. Fine. I'm okay with that. But $180 million, it's like they're laundering money somehow, some way, for some reason, because I don't get it. Oh, hey, by the way, I heard
maybe they're selling spice.
Yeah. Well, I think there's probably some nepotism going on and paying some friends and stuff, because the one bald green lady that used the Force, to open the door and stuff, I think that's her, Leslie Headland's friend, roommate.
Well, maybe Jedi Trinity's getting paid all that.
Right. For 10 minutes.
She's the biggest actress in it, isn't she? There isn't a name as big as hers.
There's no name as big as hers in there. Yeah.
So maybe majority of it went to her.
I was excited, her as a Jedi Master. I'm like, okay, this will be great. And I agree with you. Getting killed by a knife. Come on.
Right. And I'm sorry, but I think May, is that her name? May.
Mm-hmm.
She just comes off as a much inferior Jedi to Jedi Trinity. Sorry.
Agreed.
And you're just gonna walk in and kill her? Come on.
But then even in the fourth episode, all of a sudden she's like, "No, it's my sister. You've been on this revenge trip for so long, and now you just give it up at a whim. Well, my sister's alive, and that changes everything." Really? So, I mean,
Well, now I'm good. Now I'm good because my hey, stop it.
so yeah. So it's
Hey, Megan.
yeah.
Girl, you see.
So I went ahead and said, forget it. I'm done. I'm done with Disney Plus for a while. I'll take a break because I was just getting aggravated and I felt like I was wasting my time. And that, just kills me. Wasting my time.
Like I said, I'm rewatching Obi-Wan. I enjoy Obi-Wan. I think it's a good show.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go back and rewatch Mandalorian because I really enjoy Mandalorian a lot. And I may even give Boba Fett a second chance. Even though Boba Fett had its issues, I love Tamara Morrison. I think he's fantastic. He's great. Yeah. And I loved him when he was in the Sand People, when he was one of them and everything. I thought that was fantastic. A good adding to the lore of Boba Fett. That was fun.
Agreed. Yeah.
See, there were some fun things, and we got kaiju in both Mandalorian and Boba Fett in Star Wars.
That's right.
I mean, see, they added stuff that could be enjoyable still, and added to the story. Were they perfect? No, they were far from perfect. Mandalorian's probably the closest thing any Disney Plus show has come to being close to perfect as far as Star Wars goes. Close. But everything had its issues, but I don't think any of them were terrible. Now, Andor, I didn't like Andor. But I thought Andor was boring. I was bored out of my mind on Andor. It wasn't really that it was bad, bad writing or anything. Not even necessarily bad Star Wars per se. It was just dull. It was so dull. And I would still watch that over Acolyte. Week. And I didn't like Andor at all.
Yeah, there's just I don't think they just have respect for the source material. And when I mean respect, I'm not saying they're purposely disrespecting it. I think they just didn't do their homework.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's what I was saying in my notes. I'm like, really? Yeah. Have you ever even watched a Star Wars movie?
Right.
Because it doesn't feel like you've ever even watched Star Wars.
Right.
I don't think you understand the lore. You don't understand the rules of the universe.
Right.
A lot of people had problems with the expanded universe, but I was always told with the expanded universe, you could not write for the expanded universe until you learned the original films and you learned a bunch of the video game stuff. You had to learn a lot before you could write for it. Now, that's not to say that there weren't missteps taken in the EU. There were. But I think there was a lot better stories that you could have pulled out of the EU and done instead of doing this stuff. This is just.
So here is my reveal geekdar.
Okay.
I've had a lot of fun doing AI writing, just back and forth. I come up with ideas and I go back and forth. I even have a new fable, a little Christian fable that I've done too as well. And it's just a blast. It's a lot of fun to see your creation come to life, and you can edit it and rewrite it. You go back and forth with the AI and say, I don't want to do this and do this. So I decided to create my own space Western.
Oh, cool.
I already have an outline for 6 short stories that all kind of have, as I was complaining earlier about, they're all episodic, but they all underlying, there's a whole secret that comes through. And I've already outlined with the AI different things. I said, I want to do this. I want to do this. And like, even the AI says, that's a great idea, kind of a thing. And I've done all this stuff. And so, right now I'm doing my world building. And so I plan to release the first short story I plan to do it will be within the next 30 days.
Nice.
And so I'll post those for our Ko-fi supporters. I'll do the story, plus I'll do the audiobooks for each one. The audiobooks may take a little bit longer because I have designed each story. The first story is only going to be like 4 or 5 chapters. The next story is going to be a couple more. Then the next one, a couple more, and they get really big until the end. So it's going to be a total of about 60,000 to 70,000 words all said and done. So it's going to be like almost a little book. So I'm pretty excited about it. It is a cross between, I would say, it is a sci-fi Western.
Cool.
So it's going to start off like Mandalorian in the sense of, the space cowboy. Now cross that with the A-Team that I mentioned earlier. So the A-Team, you're going to have a team by the end. By the end of the whole thing, you're going to have a team together, but it's going to have more of a feel rather than all these buddies that were in the war together. It's just going to be different people coming together. So a la Firefly, Serenity, kind of a thing in the ship. And but rather than being a bounty hunter, they are realistically they're just trying to make their way in the universe, kind of a thing. But the world building's cool. There's different artifacts, special artifacts in there, some old tech and new tech, and there's Outer Rim stuff. There's just like there's a rich planet, a governing planet, all kinds of different things. But it's kind of like you start on the outside and you keep going in, and there's a mastermind villain behind everything, kind of like a Moriarty character that's female. So that is very good. But there's plasma swords, there's gun fights, there's all kinds of things. So I decided, I got so frustrated with the Acolyte. I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to have more fun making my own space Western than when I'm watching the Acolyte. And I said that would be better time served for me personally, because it was just a waste of time on the watching the show. Much more better. There we go.
Cheers with our new glitch energy drink.
That's right. And these glow in the dark, everybody. You get the glow in the dark. And they do great.
So since you announced that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Since you announced that, I will go on the record as I also am working on an AI story.
I'm so excited.
Mine will be more of a novella. And I'm hoping, I don't want to give anything away, but it will be a modern take on a classic horror character is what it's going to be. And I want to try and get this done by Halloween time frame. I'd like to get it released around Halloween because I think it'd be perfect for Halloween.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give any details away because I don't want to give any spoilers away for the story. But so far, I haven't got a whole lot done on it. I got some of my characters developed, a few of my characters developed. I got my main character created and a portion of the story created, and I'm having a lot of fun with it too. And yeah, the AI does the same thing with me. I'll put in an idea and it'll go, "That's a great idea." It is kind of fun to get that encouragement from AI. So
it's fun, and I'm having it teach me. I mean, that's the thing about it is I'm an okay writer. I'm not a great writer. I'm not pretending to be a great writer, but by golly, I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time asking, teach me about writing. What do I need to do first? And then we realized with my story elements that I need to do a lot more world building. And so I'm spending a lot of time doing the world building right now, but I'm gonna get the first story done while I do world building too at the same time. So, but it's fun. I encourage everybody to try it out. If you have always had a story in your heart, in your mind, and you're like, man, I want to do this. I want to go, I'd say check it out and go from there.
Okay, I just wanted to put this up here. This is Jesus's goat. Nice.
Greatest of all time.
He
Is
says
that Jesus or Jesus? I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a fair question. And they, whoever they are, I don't know if it's he or she, says, I'm loving the Acolyte so far. You know what? I'm not saying you can't love it. I don't want to say that. You know, if you do, more power to you. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you enjoy it. If you do, that's fantastic. That really is. I myself, I hate it. I feel it's terrible. But hey, you know, if you're finding stuff in it you like, more power to you. Throw in the chat things that you like about us. You know, give us something positive. You know, or go on our Facebook page. Tell us something positive about it. I don't want to get into big debates and calling people names, because that's not
No.
what we're about. We're not about that, you know. But if you can point out some positives to us, and who knows, maybe you could.
I love to hear what people like about it.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with that. And I'm totally okay with people saying what they don't like about it. We all have the right to our opinion. What I will not accept is berating someone else for having a different opinion than yours.
Exactly.
And that's what we don't accept. We are all about.
Isn't it fun having new dogs?
It's crazy.
Mine's been crazy all morning. Earlier, she was trying, I don't know what she was chewing. She got like a whole nail polish bottle or something, and she was starting to chew that. I had to get that away from her, and then she tried jumping on me a little bit ago.
You're right. It's all good. Anyway,
you know what it is? She's like, you're not paying attention to me. Stop talking to your computer and talk to me.
Yep.
He's going to be really disappointed because this afternoon, both Brendan and I are going to be on the computer because we're going to be on two episodes of Nerdery and Murdery with our friends Jeff and Zig.
That's going to be great.
Talking some 80s music, and I'm looking forward to that. Hey, we got a response. Okay.
Oh.
Your dog has an opposing opinion. Sorry, I disagree with you. It was funny, though. It was very funny.
That's a good one.
I disagree, but it was funny.
That was good. That was funny. All right, we better wrap things
Jesus
up.
is goat.
Yeah, that was a good one. Oh my goodness. All right, everybody. Well, we got to wrap up the show and everything. So glad that you could join us. My score for the Acolyte, unfortunately, I'm gonna it's Star Wars Universe, you get a point. You got some cool Jedi in there, you get a point. You got Force Fu, I'll give you a point, but that's about the best I can do. No more than 5. No more than 5. I was going to say -1 was going to be my score because I canceled my subscription because of the show.
Okay.
Not just my Disney Plus, but my Hulu, the whole bit. I just said I'm done.
So we're actually, I think what we're going to use as a scale is wooden Jedi, marionette Jedi.
Right. Marionette Jedi. Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so Steven, you said you gave it a 1 because it's Star Wars.
Yeah, I love me some Star Wars. Yes.
Okay, it has the Star Wars logo. I'll give it 1 for that. I don't know if I can call it Star Wars, but it does have the Star Wars logo. So yeah, okay, you get a 1 for that. Let's see. Fire in space and pissing off fans who think they know Star Wars universe. Okay, I'll give you 2 for that one.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's as much as I can give it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, I'll address this. Hulu as well. Yes, but I've not been happy with some of the Hulu stuff, and we've been getting some weird interruptions in our Hulu service. So I went to YouTube TV instead, and I got it like $10 cheaper a month regularly. And in my first 3 months, I got $15 off for those.
That's funny because I used to be with YouTube TV, and I switched to Hulu because I got Hulu for cheaper than YouTube
Did
TV.
you? I'm just
although now I think it's about the same. So
yeah. So well, everybody, thanks for joining us here on Two Geeks and a Microphone. It's kind of it was interesting show. But yeah, we'll keep going. So anyway,
I think next week's going to be just as interesting. So
right. Yep. Hey, everybody, don't forget, please check out Glitch Energy. We actually really like it. We are actually enjoying it quite a bit. And so this is kind of, they've got supplements on there. They've got all kinds of gaming energy. Gaming energy. There's even rehydration drinks as well. And they got a lot of flavors. Like if you go just for the gaming energy drink, there's a new flavor, which is Loopy Fruits, which I'm sure is Fruit Loops.
I would think so.
That's a
you
new
probably
one.
like the cherry bomb because that said black cherry.
Oh yeah, I love black cherry.
Oh, so there's all kinds of flavors. I mean, there's a lot to choose from. If you want to try something different that has very minimal calories,
Actually, it's 0 calories.
is it 0? Yeah, I'd give it a
Zero.
shot.
It's 0 calories and 0 sugar.
And okay, sounds good. Oh, thank you. 0 calories and 0 sugar. What? Well, yeah. So it's really good. You can see the ingredients if you want to pop in there and like if you hit quick view there, let's see if it'll sort. I click the button and stuff, but you can look at the back. Come on, there it goes.
There it
and
goes.
You can see what all the ingredients are. So that way you can tell. So they do have quite a chunk of caffeine in them. That's why I drink mine slowly over time.
Well, I did not have an iced coffee this morning. In place of it, I had my glitch, and I did have my morning coffee to start my day because I always got that. But yeah, I'm drinking glitch now for the show instead of iced coffee, and I got to say it's delicious. It's really good.
It's really good. It's really good. And the nice thing is it's super sweet. I mean, you can fill this up and it's super sweet. And so what I do is I drink it halfway, then I add water, and it's still really good.
Oh, I made one at work the other day at the day job, and we have an ice machine and ice and water machine there, and the ice is like that nice crunchy ice. In fact, one of my coworkers calls it hospital crunchy ice.
Right on. Or Sonic Ice. We usually called it Sonic Ice.
Oh, Sonic Ice. That's a good description of it. But yeah, it blends really well with this. I love that little crunchy ice with it. Oh, it's so good. So good.
Very cool. All right. Well, with that, I'm all done. Anything else, Mr. Mike?
Yes. If you've made it this far, please make sure and go and like and subscribe to both us on Facebook and on YouTube. And over here on YouTube, make sure and give the bell a nice little tickle. That way you will get informed every time we go live. We go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math for the rest because I don't like math. Also, make sure while you're giving us a like on Facebook, if you would do us a big favor, we have kind of a spinoff show. My daughter Megan and our friend Angie. Angie's on here from quite often from time to time. Angie's been one of our moderators also alongside Megan. They have created their own podcast called the Geek Girls Podcast. And we just got information that you cannot go live. They can't go live until they get 100 follows on Facebook. So they're getting close. Please go and like and follow them on Facebook. Help them get those follows so they can continue to go live on Facebook, because they were going live and then they changed the rules on them. So
On the 10th.
yeah.
Yep.
So we would really appreciate that. All right. I believe that's all I have. Steven, you got anything else?
Just don't forget to check out our website at twogeeksmike.com and check out our new merch. We got a page. You can get to the page through our website. So check it out.
I added a few new items too.
Yes.
I added a water bottle. So you could even get our water bottle and if you want and mix your glitch in it.
Oh yeah. That sounds great.
All right. With that said, over and out, and may the force be with you, because I sure don't think it was with this show. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
May the force be with you.